I'm going to explain Arctic Armour, which is a spirit gem. So you need this here, spirit gem, not a skill gem, and you get your first one in Act 1 from this boss here. And once you have it, you equip it, and you need to right click to activate, like this, so it starts building the stages. Now if we look at the description, if you get hit, so anything that you don't evade, you will deal this damage multiplied by the number of stages that you have. So in this case I have 4 stages. You can get up to 5 stages, and it's related to the gem level. So in this case I will multiply 4 by this damage to know the amount of damage that I will deal if an enemy attacks me. If he attacks me, the number of stages will go down from 1, so from 4 to 3, and the next enemy, if he attacks me before I have the time to gain a new stage, he will get dealt 3 times this damage, which works differently than Wind Dancer and Ghost Dance. Wind Dancer is you get maximum stages, that impacts the amount of evasion that you have, but if you get hit once, you consume all the stacks. And Ghost Dance, you gain many stacks also, but if you get hit, you will always consume only 1 stage, like Arctic Armour, but the amount of energy shield that you will get will have is not impacted by the amount of stages. So all 3 spirit gems that have stacks work differently. Now I will show you what happens if I get hit with 4 stages versus say 1 stage, for example. We're going to focus on the freeze. So we can see that guy took a 48% freeze, and freeze is impacted by the damage, so I think it's an easy way to know about how much damage that we dealt. And I'm going to just do it again with 4 stages. So this guy took 45%, so we know it's about a 45 to 50% freeze when I hit the enemies with 4 stages. Now I'll turn that off, and we will do it again just to validate that the skill is impacted, damage is impacted by the number of stages. So maybe we get close to an enemy and then stop, and again. So this guy got hit by 1 or 2 stages, and you can see 11% freeze. So it confirms that 4 stages was like 45% and 1 stage was like 10-11%. Now just an idea, but hits are anything that you don't evade. So if you have a shield and block like this, it will trigger Arctic Armour on the enemies, and you will take no damage. So I'm thinking, if you have a mage that you want to get quite tanky, you could combine wands with a shield and use your shield from time to time to block out damage and deal elemental damage. It might be possible to base a build around this. Problem that you would have to solve is that Arctic Armour is based on int, so you will need to make an int build. Although there might be ways to go around this. For example, Gambling has a way to use the highest attribute for the gems and equipment, so that might be an idea. Now for the support gems, I think Glaciation is a no-brainer here, just improve the freeze build-up. I will share one that is not in the recommended ones that I think could be good, so it is a Frost Nexus. To create a chilled ground for 4 seconds when you freeze an enemy, you could combine that with Glaciation, and I will show you what happens. So if I block the enemies here, and I wait for them to get freezed, next hit, get freeze, so you can see now there is the ground slows the enemies by like 15% or so that slows their attack and their movement speed. Otherwise, here Budgeon could be good, knock back the enemies that hit you, so that would make it a bit like Wind Dancer that has a Gale Force that knocks the enemies back. Thanks for watching.